What's going on, guys? Hayato here, and today in this video I'm going to be going over kind of the personal expenses that I have and kind of showing you guys, how I budget my money, what kind of things I spend my money on, and how I manage my cash flow. So hopefully this video is interesting, and I have been requested to make this video a few times, so thought why not. I didn't have many other content ideas. If you guys do have, other content ideas that you want me to make, please just drop them down in the comments below and I'll be sure to make them. So again, hopefully you enjoyed this video and let's get right into it. And so the big reason why I'm making this video as well is also to show that, you don't need a huge amount of money to be living in LA, and to show that, keeping expenses really low is really good in order to save money and also to be able to invest that money elsewhere so that you can build, your wealth and passive income so that later down the line you're not struggling. And I'm here to prove that you don't have to do it with, a salary of $10,000 a month. And so the very first expense, I'm going to try to tally it here, so maybe I'll have pretty much numbers coming out here for each of the subscriptions I have and each of the things that are recurring every month that I pay for, and then I'll keep a tally down here or something so that you guys can see how much in total expenses I pay every single month. Alright, so the very first subscription that I pay every single month is QuickBooks, and it's for self-employment. So in order to track everything that I do, in order to track even the mileage that I use for my car, if I'm going to events and stuff, or if I'm going for a meeting, which happened a lot pre-COVID, but during COVID, that's not really happening, so it's not really tracking my mileage that much. But QuickBooks also helps me manage my money for, anything that I spend that I can write off in taxes. And so that's a really big, it's really helpful, and I spend $17 a month on it. And so that's the very first recurring subscription-based expense that I have. Another thing is, I love music, so I do have Spotify, and that's $10 a month. I believe, I don't know if I'm still in the student one or whatnot, but I got Spotify for $10 a month, where you also get Hulu with it, so that was pretty cool too. I don't know if that was like a bundle only for students or whatever when I was in college. I don't know if I'm still paying for that student price, but I know I'm paying like $10 a month for Spotify because I get charged that every month. So that's another thing. For my car payment, I am paying $210 a month. I was at the dealership for about 4 hours trying to negotiate this deal. This guy was telling me for a Honda Fit that I drive, I needed to pretty much pay $400 a month, double what my current lease is for my car. But after 4 hours of negotiation, I was finally able to get it down to $210 a month on it. And so that's another thing that I pay every single month. The fourth is insurance for my car. So the insurance that I use is Progressive. They're the best ones, or they're the cheapest option for the best coverage that I had. And so for that, I pay $140 a month, which I still think is incredibly expensive. My car insurance payment is almost as expensive as my car payment. I don't understand how that, maybe once I hit the threshold of I believe 25 or 26, that's when insurance starts getting cheaper or something. But yeah, hopefully I reach that stage soon, because I'm almost paying the same amount as my car lease payments. So that's $142 every single month as well. And for the fifth charge is T-Mobile. So T-Mobile is for my phone, obviously. I get charged $40 a month on average every single month, and I'm in a family plan with a bunch of friends from college, and so we have about 6 or 7 people, I believe, that are in this family plan, all from my college. I believe my sister's in there too. And the more people we add, the cheaper it gets. So at this point in time, I pay $40 a month on it. The sixth recurring subscription that I have is iCloud, and actually it's super useful. I'm so happy I have it, and that costs $1 a month. So I mean, I use it all the time. Everything on my desktop is in the iCloud system. So like if I need to pull up a file on my phone, I literally go to files and then search up my desktop and I'm like, oh, here's a contract that I needed. And so it's super easy for me to go ahead and access things. And again, it acts as a backup too. So for $1 a month, it really was a no-brainer for me. I'm about to upgrade it soon because I'm about to hit that capacity. But even then, it's like $3 a month, which is what, like 10 cents a day. So I'm totally fine using it. It's something I use every single day. So that's another recurring expense that I have. The seventh thing is my contacts. I wear contacts. I have horrible eyesight, and so that's something that I pay for every single month, and that comes out to $38.66 a month. And you know, I mean, it is quite expensive. It's an everyday changing contact, but I use it every day, and I need to use it, you know, when I play soccer and stuff, and I can't be wearing glasses. I don't know how some people do it. I know my roommate wears glasses when he plays soccer. I'm too terrified. I've heard of horror stories where he gets hit and, you know, glasses go in your eye, and I'm not trying to deal with that. And I broke my nose once playing soccer too. So, you know, for me, I'll pay the contacts. It's $38.66, or what did I say? Yeah, $38.66 a month for contacts that I pay every single month. So that can be added in a tally here as well. And another thing is, so once I left my previous job and I'm working for myself pretty much at this point, this is my seventh recurring expense that I have every single month, which is health and dental insurance. So I know healthcare in the US is just insanely expensive. And if I was there to pocket all the medical expenses myself, and let's say I got like a really cheap health care or dental care, I know that the deductions would be super expensive and I would have to be paying a lot out of pocket. And so for me, it's just safer to pay for the more expensive monthly. I believe I have I thought I got the silver, but I checked last time and it said platinum. I thought I had the silver, but I guess I have the platinum healthcare and dental care, so it should be pretty good. I think my deductible out of pocket's like $1,500 at most, and you know, if I break anything or if I have any accidents that happen, it's gonna be very, very useful, and that does happen to me a lot. I do break things a lot, or I get injured playing soccer a good amount, so for me it's well worth it. Just healthcare in the US just needs to be a lot cheaper in my opinion. $400 a month for health and dental is just insane to me. In Japan, like, the government gives you pretty much subsidies to go and get yourself checked out pretty much for free, and it's like a $50 flat rate, whatever you do. So maybe we have to step it up in the US a little bit. But anyway, I pay $389 a month, and we can add that to the tally. The very last thing, the very last recurring subscription that I have, I believe this is the 8th now, is the gym. So I used to go to the gym every single day. I can't now because COVID shut it down. I was going for like 2 to 3 weeks briefly, but that didn't really end up working out for too long. So right now, the $10 a month that I pay in the gym every single month is kind of on hold, but once everything starts back up, I'll be going to the gym and it's going to be $10 a month. So might as well include that in there for my expenses budget. So I forgot to mention, I also count this as an expense, which is my investment. So I invest $750 every single month into my index fund. So I have an account using Vanguard, and I have it pretty much automatically set the first of every month to send $750 directly from a bank as soon as I get paid, pretty much, to go ahead and invest in the index funds every single month. And I don't even look at it. I just know that $750 is being invested, and you know, that's my couch potato method that I use in order to invest in stocks. So you know, that's a pretty passive way to invest. So total expenses for all, I believe, 8 of my subscriptions that I pay every single month should be a total of $1689.98. Hopefully I'm doing the math right. If not, you know, the correct one will be here. So that's what I pay in expenses every single month. recurring expenses. I also categorize this in a different section. So anything to do with the house, right? So every single month, the rent I pay, I live with 2 roommates every single month, and I'm blessed to have this house because it's just so cheap. I don't think we found anything close to this rent in this area. So we got a really good deal essentially. And I've been living here for about 4 years now. So, and they haven't raised rent once. So I'm really happy about the landlord, and they're really cool about it. So I pay $767 every single month for my room. And in LA, it's really hard to find, and it's a pretty decently sized room, I think. No complaints there. And so yeah, $767 is what I pay for rent. And for utilities, it used to be lower, now it's a lot more expensive. I just got the bill, and it's like, it varies, right? So for this month, I got a bill for $260. So split that with 3, that's about $80. A little over $80, but let's just say $80. And it's the summer too, so everyone's using ACs, like, you know, you just use more electricity too, just to keep it cool in the house. And everyone works from home, so electricity bills just add up. So yeah, $80 a month. It used to be half of that like 1 or 2 years ago, but again, it's fine. $80 a month. And Wi-Fi, we pay $40 a month for every single month. So those 3 things are recurring expenses for my, I believe, like living expenses for my room and everything. And those add up to $887 total. Hopefully I'm doing the math right again. I'm doing this mostly on top of my head. I have some notes on the screen too, but mostly on top of my head. So if it's wrong, again, the correct ones will be in the screen. And lastly, my recurring expenses is I do have a property that I own in Memphis, Tennessee. Some of you might know this, and the mortgage for that is $420.32. And so that's including like the mortgage, taxes, insurance, and everything. So $420.32 every single month. And if you add all of those expenses, I believe the monthly cash expended comes out to be about, let's see, $2,900. $2,900 I believe in total is my overall expenditure for the month. So let's talk about the income now. So my income that I pay myself from my company is $3,000, and it's really not that much. There's people right now making more money than I am through unemployment. And you know, the reason for that is I want to keep the salary as low as possible for as long as possible, because I want the company to build up on the profits. And once we have, you know, a sufficient amount of money in our company, then I'll give myself, you know, a $1,000 raise. And depending on how much the profit is, of course, in the company. But I want to make sure that, you know, my company, Rocket Offer, is doing the best it possibly can and is making the most amount of money and holding that cash reserve in case of any emergencies. And once we're comfortable enough with the profit that the company's making, then of course I'll raise my and my other partners' salaries, so that, you know, because why not, right? We have enough profits to cover our salary, and we can add into our salary and it won't hurt us. So that's the point where I want to get to. I want to keep my salary as low as possible until then. So I pay myself $3,000 a month. So that's something that we can add here as an income, and again, total can be added here. And so $3,000 a month. And also I do have the property that I was talking about, and that one brings home $650 after property management fees are paid. And so in total, we have $3,600 here so far for my income. And, you know, for the dividends that I get paid on my stocks that I own in my stock portfolio, it's about like $200 or so here. But again, like, I don't really calculate that because that gets reinvested anyway. In general, if you think about it now, like, to summarize, I have an income of $3,600 every single month. $3,650 to be more precise. So now that we have the total income and we know the total monthly expenses, it really leaves me with about 650 bucks for me to do whatever I want with it. Which means I didn't account for what? I didn't account for food or clothes or anything like that, right? And I don't buy clothes or anything. I use the same, people who know me, they know I wear the same stuff every day pretty much. I haven't bought clothes in probably like a year. So maybe I'm due for some. And then when I do, I go to like Ross and I go buy some really cheap ones just because I really don't care about what I wear or my fashion really. I just kind of, if it fits and if it feels comfortable, that's good for me. So I have $650. For me, I budget it in a way where I spend about $30 to $40, maybe $50 if I'm feeling good for groceries for my weekdays. And I spend about $100 to $150 during the weekend because I like to have fun too. You know, I like to enjoy my time. I like to enjoy my time with my girlfriend. I like to enjoy my time with my friends, go to a bar and stuff like that. So for me, $100 to $150 bucks for the weekend, and then $30 to $50 for the weekday. And that pretty much comes out to be like $650 a month. So that's how I spend my money every single month. And I still am able to save 500 bucks a month and invest 750 bucks every single month into my stock portfolio. And I do that as soon as I get paid, because that way if I need to spend less on groceries or anything, I can do that and I don't risk spending or investing less or saving less. And so yeah, that's pretty much what my income and expenses look like. Hopefully that was somewhat entertaining to you guys, and I'm here to say that, you know, you can live in LA, you can live in places that you want and keep your expenses really, really low, but also, you know, enjoy yourself and also invest a little bit. It just takes a little bit of budgeting. It just takes a little bit of kind of, you know, negotiating with some, you know, like what I did with a car dealership. It takes a little bit of negotiating, it takes a little bit of, you know, frugalness in order to do it, but it's definitely doable. And for me, if I do increase my salary, you know, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month, additionally, so like if I get it to like $5,000 or $6,000, I'm not planning to increase my expenses at all. I'm gonna keep it the same. All I'm gonna be increasing is the amount of money I save and the amount of money I invest into the stock market as well. Because the money I save is ultimately gonna go into investing in real estate as well. And so, you know, my focus is there. My focus is on building and saving and investing as much money as I possibly can, keeping the expenses the same as I have right now in total, and increasing my income as high as possible so then I can go ahead and save and invest more. So again, sorry if it took a little bit of if this was a little bit of a longer video, but hopefully you guys enjoy the content, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.